right. Thank you for the lights. How well can you guys boo? Like really well? Thank you. I'm going to say 3 words, and I'm going to bind this, and I want you guys to just boo as much as you can. Are you guys cool? All right, here they go. Cop starts breakdancing. Alright, you guys are beautiful. So a little bit about myself. I wear jackets. And we always know that guy who tells too much about himself. He starts talking about himself. He's like, "Hi, my name is Jim. I really enjoy food, and I'm from Kansas. I'm studying business. My friends call me Dork, but not because I'm a lovable nerd, but because I lick doorknobs before I open them." And I say, "Cool, Jim. I also consider myself to be a foodie. It's good to meet someone with fellow interests." I forgot where I was going. His name is Dork. There's 2 O's, and the K is silent. Silent letters are like the letters that are way too nice and let people just walk all over them. It's like pterodactyl. Sure, you go first, T. I'm a P. I'm not supposed to be here. If I had $1 for every time somebody questioned my sexuality, I would have enough money to buy that really cute pair of boots that I found on Pinterest. So anyways, I mean, death isn't pancakes. I think that when Obi-Wan, let himself die, he thought he was really going to be powerful when Darth Vader went and slashed him down. I'm not going to explain Star Wars to you if you haven't seen it, just watch it. But what really happened is he turned into an old man in robes. And so I think that when he first died, he went, "All right, I'm going to get this guy back." So he went and he's like, "I'm going to give Darth Vader just the biggest noogie he's ever got." So he goes to go grab him and he's like, "Oops, I'm a ghost. Oops. All right, well I guess I'll spend the rest of eternity just hanging around a kid that I met last month." I have a roommate that always gets dates. And I do that too. Except whenever I make eye contact with a pretty girl, I feel like I did something wrong. It's the same feeling I get when I'm in a crosswalk. And I have to make cars stop, and I'm like, "All right, sorry, just passing through." I have a hairdresser, which is a set of drawers in which I keep all my hair. I got my hair cut a little while ago. You can tell it's kind of grown back. And it was a bowl cut. The lady, she was nice, and I just let her do whatever she wanted. It's like, "I'm not going to stop you. You're pretty." And so it ended up being like this bowl cut. This was really short. This was really long. And I found this man who was not very nice, and he said to me, "Hey, 1996 called, and they want their hairstyle back." And I said to him, "Oh, the 1990s called, huh? Well, there's still time. Why are you discussing hairstyles with me? Warn them about 9/11. Alright, guys. You are beautiful and dark, and I love you, and I'm gay. Bye.
Thank you, Dane. Now let's bring out our next comic, Dan Brixis.
I sure wish that I could do something more dramatic. That kind of just really seems like a You guys are waiting for some dramatic and I couldn't deliver. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. That's my set, guys. No, just kidding. Thanks to that guy, he gives me confidence. If there was a wrestler named Paper, would he always beat The Rock? You guys are phenomenal. I love you already. Dane, everything Dane said about you guys that he told me just in the split second backstage, phenomenal. Being here in Rexburg, we can't help but be immersed by this culture of families, and it's a beautiful thing. There are a lot of babies. You got babies at school. You have babies at church. You have babies on the sidewalk. You have babies in my closet. What are you doing in there? That's kind of creepy. It's like a disease almost, like, oh, I got babies. Just stay away from me. I will say this though, in all honesty, there is nothing more precious than a child's laughter. Unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you don't have any kids. So, a buddy of mine, what's funny to me is the colors red, white, and blue, they always mean freedom from oppression and tyranny, unless they're in your rearview mirror. A buddy of mine got pulled over last week for speeding. The cop comes up to him, papers. My buddy says, scissors, and drove off because he won. Oh man, I love you guys already. So, something about myself besides wearing black shirts is I lived at home for a long time and lived with my parents. And you know, no shame in that, you know, the economy's tough, thanks Obama. I lived at home with my parents, and something about my parents is that they really like to keep a clean house, and that's okay, I mean, that's great. But it's like my parents have CDO, which is OCD, except they put the letters alphabetically, you know? But something about my parents is like, my mom loved a clean house, and anytime we were expecting anytime we were expecting company over, she put my brother and I to work. I mean, like, we swept, we dusted, we mopped, we changed the oil in the car, we reshingled the roof. Half the time, we didn't even know who was coming over. Mom, who's coming over today? The FedEx man's gonna drop off a package at 4. Now less talking and more cleaning. Something that I've seen in marketing, Dunkin' Donuts has a slogan, and it says, America runs on Dunkin'. Really? My thoughts are that nobody that eats at Dunkin' Donuts runs. I mean, honestly, to say that America runs on Dunkin' is like saying that asthmatics breathe with cigarettes. Just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. But they are trying to appeal to a larger demographic, you know. They're coming out with an insulin-glazed donut. So diabetics can eat and not feel shameful about it. So, something that I've noticed is fast food commercials. I don't like fast food commercials. They confuse me. They always show the people that eat their food, like McDonald's, they get their Big Macs, they always show them eating it like a golf course or on top of a mountain on a beach. How in the world do they get there with the food? I can't even make it out of the parking lot without chowing down. And then it's like, you know, once I'm finished, I'm starving, gotta go through the drive-thru again, get me another sandwich. It's a vicious circle. And you regret it afterwards. It's like, oh, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have eaten that Big Mac. I'm just gonna go home and take a shower and cry. So, yeah, deceiving in advertising, I'll tell you that much. But something that's kind of funny is, and I want you guys to notice this as we're coming up on the winter time here, snow and everything. My first winter here in Rexburg, Idaho was last winter, so 2012. Excuse me, 2012. And something that I noticed is the snow here. Now, I'm from North Carolina, and and everybody's like, what's that mean? I don't know what it means. But the snow in North Carolina, it's pretty safe. It falls, and it kind of sticks to just the grass and the trees. Give you a nice postcard look, get the kids together. It's beautiful. It's safe. Not like the snow here in Idaho. It's like the snow gods in Idaho come together and say, oh yeah, you nice white powdery billowy stuff, yeah, you stick to the trees and the grass. But snow, black ice, death, fall, we need, get on the sidewalks, roadways, we need crashes, fatalities, whatever you got, throw it at them. Let's get it at them. And it's scary. In my first winter semester at BYU, Idaho, I saw no less than 36 students embarrass themselves in a fate worse than death, slipping and falling on the ice. And as I've cataloged these experiences, I've noticed a few things. Now, there was a guy that I saw, and we were in the MC building. The dude tripped and fell down not one, but 2 flights of stairs. I mean, he just lifted. No one cared. This is how I imagine the conversation went. Hey man, did you see that movie last weekend? Yeah. Oh look, a guy just tripped and hurt himself down 2 flights of stairs. I think I might go see that movie again. Because guys were conditioned from birth, were never allowed to show emotion or pain. So that's why you see if a guy gets hit by a car and he gets a bilateral femur fracture, his bones are sticking out, he's, I'm good guys. Oh, trust me, I'm good. Just give me my things, dude. But you're bleeding everywhere. It's all gas. 6 pints left. It's all right. I just gotta get to class. Don't call the paramedics. Just let me get to class. We're not conditioned to show pain. Now, I like to think, how would I react if I was in this guy's shoes? After I slipped and fell in front of God and everybody. And I like to think that I have some kind of handy quip, ready to go. Like, who pushed me? Who pushed me? Whoever it was, I will find you, and I will date your girlfriend. Married girls, single girls have it so easy. Like, guys have some kind of sick, twisted girl hurting herself falling on the ice radar. I've seen guys leave the middle of the testing center to go help a girl that slipped and fallen in the hopes that they can use it for a chance to ask a girl on a date. It's like, oh my goodness, let me help you up. It was quite a tumble you took, it hurt. Well, it hurt just a little bit. But it couldn't have hurt as bad as that first fall you took. Which fall? The fall from heaven. My name's Dan, nice to meet you. But married girls, not so much with the married girls. As soon as guys see the ring on their hands, false alarm, she's spoken for. Where's her husband? Her husband will pick her up. Some of my friends that are married, they've gotten pretty smart. They've taken the rings off their fingers to, in the case that they fall on the ice, and, some guy, oh my gosh, let me help you up. What you doing on Friday? Sorry, I'm married. It's my ring. Thank you so much for helping me up. I love you like a brother. Thank you so much. That's the 2nd time this week. Come on. I have gotten pretty smart. We're all in college here, and something that I've kind of tried to use to my advantage is I've taken my grandfather's walker, tennis balls and everything to, kind of help me traverse the terrain to get to class. I may look silly doing it, but I haven't slipped and fallen once. I can't say the same about my grandpa, though. Thank you so much. My name's Dan Briggs. I appreciate it.
Imagine there being more light up here. I'm Tanner, then a ginger. I actually ran here from a charity date auction. I thought that the charity was to get me a date. It wasn't. It was about canned food. I actually was sold for 2,000 cans. That's a true story, that's not a joke. But I thought that was very generous of my mom. But now we're out of food storage, so. Don't figure out what I was gonna say. In high school, we No, I know. We went on a lot of dates, and this one girl I took out, she was a schizophrenic. Most popular girl I ever dated. She knew people that I had never even heard of. My last girlfriend knew sign language. And when I asked her about sign language club, she said, first rule of sign club, don't talk about sign club. If you ever see someone going like this, they're either hatching a maniacal scheme or putting on lotion. Either way, it's bound to be a smooth operation. If today you woke up with only the things that you had expressed gratitude for yesterday, nobody here would be wearing pants. Every person is a morning person for the first 12 hours of the day. You always hear about morning people and night people. You never hear about in-between people. Probably because you'll give someone the wrong idea if you say you're a twilight person. In high school, we weren't allowed to have cell phones out, so I strapped mine to my wrist and said, it's a watch that happens to make phone calls. Hey man, what time is it? I don't know, let me call my friend.
You should back that way.
You're probably wondering why I have this banjo here. It's because banjos are funny. So if I'm not funny, at least something will be. Seriously though. Banjos, I think about magnets. Magnets have a side that attract and a side that repel. A banjo is the other side of a chick magnet. People are like, oh, it's cool you play the banjo. Not a lot of people play it. And I say, there's a reason. Seriously though, banjo's a good friend. And it better be, because if you're playing it, it's probably the only one you have. I'm not saying, oh, it's not that bad. I started playing banjo last time I was off track, and I hate that term off track. It's just so negative, you know? Why can't we call it like in between track? No, it's gotta be off track. I just skipped school for one semester and suddenly my life shares the same imagery as a derailed train. I just don't get that. People are like, hey Tanner, you off track? I want to be like, you know it, I'm sleeping in a dumpster and stealing money for food. But school is good. My goal in life was not to be a banjo player. I actually wanted to be a gymnast. I was small and I got thrown around a lot, and I figured if I would be thrown around, I might as well learn to tuck and roll. But gymnastics got too expensive, so I had to quit. The great thing about the banjo is, generally, the more poor you are, the better you are at it. So I thought it was a good thing for me. I still like to watch gymnastics, though. It's a fun sport for me. My favorite part is how you have to stick it at the end. It doesn't matter how bad a routine is, as long as you can stick it at the end. You got this announcer, it's been a kind of a bad routine for Carrie Underwood there, but here he goes, does that triple standing backflip. Oh my goodness, didn't land it, but oh, what a stick. I think that's going to save him when it comes to the judges. It doesn't matter if you can do a triple standing backflip if you can't stand still with your hands in the air for 3 seconds. What is that all about? What we learned, that no matter how bad a situation is, if you can stand there with your hands in the air for 3 seconds, you're golden. Remember that. Remember that next time you bomb a test or break up with a girl. It's funny because I can't see anybody, I just hear a bunch of like clapping. There's people in here! I think a person's 20s should be called the age of unsolicited advice. So I'm going to give you some cliche advice that I've heard over the years. Can you hear that banjo? Good, you don't want to hear it. It's just some advice that people have given me over the years that I think is kind of a little too cliche. I have these advices, is that a word? Written down right here, so if I have to look down, that's what I'm doing. They say love is blind. Well, if that's the case, love needs to get seeing eye dog. Because it's having trouble finding me. They say nice guys finish last. I always said fat people were nicer. If you're hiking and you get attacked by a bear, you want to be with a nice guy. You know you will outrun him, and he won't mind because he's nice. Never give up on your dreams. That's usually the reason I'm late for morning class. They say happy cows come from California. Ironically, so do all happy meals. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Guess it depends on how hard and how accurately you can throw an apple. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Tell that to Dumbledore. People who say beggars can't be choosers probably don't want homeless people to vote. Don't bite the hand that feeds you? How about don't bite any hand? You never know where hands have been. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Said no veterinarian ever. It's a cat joke. Speaking of cats, when a cat calls the suicide hotline, they ask, have you been feeling curious lately? A good friend is hard to find, especially if he is small, invisible, or good at hide and seek. If hindsight is really 20/20, then people with glasses should just walk backwards.
Alright, let's get all our stand-up comics back out on stage. Let's bring them all back. 1, 2, come on. Don't be shy. Alright. Now, if you think they did a good job tonight, give them a round. Chet up. Alright, that's all the love you get, because this is a comedy brawl, and there's got to be a winner, alright? It's not kindergarten graduation anymore, alright? We can't all be winners here. Alright, so by round of applause, I want you to cheer the loudest for the person that you think won this stand-up comedy brawl, alright? Let's start here with Dane. Alright, and now Dan. Okay, and Tanner.